Hello, hello. I'm just getting my windows all set up here. Hello, hello. Yes, I'm here. I'm just making sure I have everything. Get my Manicam on top. Oh, how come that's not all the way over in the corner? There we go. That's better. All right. So let me send out a copy. All right. Okay. All right. Hello, Denise. Oh, Dorothy, I just saw your tweet. Oh my goodness. What beautiful work. Oh, gosh. Hello, Orla. Hello, Joycey. Hello, Dar. Now, I put these over here. I don't want to mess up the order because I've got my new ones here. Okay. All right, let me get my feet put up here. Get my footstool in place. Ouch. One moment, please. Got to take my Advil. It's the liquid gel, so it will. One moment. Oh, I think I've got to. Please fast forward if you're watching the recording. I'd have to stop and start a whole new recording. I've got to take my lunchtime meds when I ate, so I need to do it now. It's time for my supper ones, but I'll take those later when I eat. Later. It's all right. I was pretty late last night taking them, so. And I discovered something new. How's my sound, you guys? How's my sound? It's my first time using my mic. I can turn it up a little bit. Let's get my swatch chart here. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. And then I can see where I'm going to all right, so I think I'm going to have to let's get my one moment here. Hey, Dr. Dodd. There we go. All right, so let's draw this down. Uh-oh, why do I have a shadow? Oh, it's this bag, which will be gone in a minute anyway. So I just have to show you what I have been working on while I've been away from streams and such. So let's zoom in here so I can get a width, and then I will okay. Now I need to focus. Oh, shoot. I know why it's not focusing, because I forgot to open my... Sorry about the blurriness, guys. I'll get it just a second. Hold on. likes my watch to focus on. All right. Can you hear me, guys? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? No one's saying whether you can hear me or not. Oh, phew, good, Dot. No one answered last time, so I thought maybe I thought maybe it wasn't working. I tested it and it was showing like it was working. So, okay. All right. So, while I have been away from chatting in streams, I have been working away on some projects for Christmas gifts. So, I am doing sets. They're going to get 2 dishcloths. Oh, I'm going to have to move back. Hold on. I'm going to have to unzoom here. And that means I'm going to have to refocus too. Maybe. Oh, it looks not too bad, actually. And then to make the pot holders, so this is what Dee Dee says she wants pot holders. To do pot holders, I have to have 4 of these dishcloths. Hey, Eileen. And then there's also a layer of thinsulate stuff in between. So they are truly, and then I just put these were my own design. I just put a handle on them so that it's easy to kind of grip your, whatever you're taking out of the oven or whatever. Thanks, Eileen. So those are the, and then I create, this was my own pattern as well, because I wanted the towel topper to match the pot holders. So I had to figure out the stitching to make this round so that it, because all of the patterns for towel toppers were just straight. So I just kind of had to figure out how to get it rounded so that I could attach my little miniature. Yeah, mine would too if I still had them, Eileen. So that like hangs on your oven or over your towel bar or whatever. So, and you just take a hand towel, cut it in half, and that works for the towel topper. Thanks, Orla. Hey, hi, Vicky. So that is a gift set. So I have this in the browns. I have the same type of, that's the same one. Hold on. I also have it in, this one is for my older sister because her kitchen's grays with terracotta. So and then her towel topper. There's the dish, oops, pot holders. I should have done the gray on the outside of her pot holders, but oh, okay, Dar. And then her towel topper. So her towel is white. Okay, so, and then the set I'm working, so I've got one set of these, two sets like this, and I'm working on my third set, and the third set is a different pattern. So Dee Dee wants pot holders, so she is going to have to pick her color scheme, but I told her after Christmas I will make hers, or during Christmas I might make them. But need something to do while I'm at home. And then this is the third color option. I'm working on the pot holders for this. So this is the third color option. It has like a gold, a pink, and a white in the variegated. Thanks, Joycey. Yeah, isn't it pretty, Orla? Let me tell you, the plain gray, this is the Bernat cotton, and it is so hard to find a solid color except in teeny tiny balls of yarn instead of the big ones like I have all the variegated in the larger balls. But anyway, so all right, on we go to swatch my ShinHan PWC. There's a couple of, I went through, I messed up on one of the orange, missed one of the oranges. There's two colors that are new, so I stuck them down here, but I'm going to redo the chart and I'll insert them. These are two new colors that weren't on their PDF list that I saw. I should have looked to see if there was a new PDF, but anyway. Oh, hold on. My camera is obviously crooked here or something. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Okay. Zoom in. Ooh. All right. Let me see. I'm not sure if it's... I don't want to leave the autofocus on because... Okay. So the words look a little bit fuzzy, but that is because... Oh, and guess what? I figured out something really strange is happening because when I use my Bluetooth mouse, I can't get to these little extra options that I have. But when I use yesterday, I found this out accidentally because I had to recharge my Bluetooth mouse. And so when I was doing something online trying to, I was trying to figure out Hangouts, using Hangouts. And I had my Manicam open to make sure I could use it with Hangouts and etc. And all of a sudden I was able to get into my objects and I was like, oh, yay, it's working again. And so then later I went back in with my regular mouse when my Bluetooth mouse was charged and I couldn't get in. So with this, and it happened when I used to be able to with my regular mouse. I haven't changed mice or anything. I've had this mouse since I had my computer like 3 years ago. I've had the same mouse. So it used to work. But when I did the last OS update to whatever the new, now, what's the new one? Anyway, whatever the newest one is, suddenly my Bluetooth mouse works on all the other options in Manicam except going to my objects. So it's really, really strange. Very strange. Really weird. Anyway. So, hey, Jenna. I'm just getting started. I showed my, hey, Norma. So, Let me see if I can get a little bit more light in here. Needs to be a little bit brighter. There we go. Okie dokie. So it took me like a half an hour to go through and get all my paints tubes in the right order here so that I would be ready to go. So, and I've checked off all the ones that I have. So, alizarin crimson. And what I'm going to do is just use, oh, I want a smaller one than that. I'm going to use a round brush. Ooh, palette brush jumping at me. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden I feel hungry for some reason. I do not know why. That won't work, I guess. I can use my... All right. So I'm going to use my Mimic number 10. It has a nice point. Oh, that's too big. No, I'm not using my number 10. I knew it would be too big. Number 4. Way down. I'll go way down. Way down, very small. All right. So, alizarin crimson. Oh, I forgot to shoot. I'm just going right into the tip of my tube because I don't need I even just doing that I got way too much. So these are ShinHan PWC. Which stands for premium. It's not their professional line. The professional line they have I think they have 2 grades, 2 levels of student grade. They have the one they call the professional, and then they have one lower than that, and then they have this one, which is their... Okay, hold on. I have to put it down here, so I'm going to move you guys up, and I'll just have to remember as I'm working here. Hey, Chili. I'm just swatching today, so, well, and I'll see how I feel when I'm done swatching. So, quinacridone red, which is permanent rose. That's carmine, so it's over here. This is a new tube. So it should also be a cool red. Very close to, very similar to like an opera pink. Not quite as bright, but better light fastness. So you could replace it if you're worried about light fastness. for goodness sakes. Now I've got permanent rose on my finger, which I'm going to have to like get off or it's going to go everywhere. Okay. Next is carmine, and I put an extra O in there. And I am going into my palette, even though I'm only using a smidge from the tube. I'm going to the palette with a little bit of water so that you get the binder and the pigment mixed together. Hi, Joycey. Hold on. All right. Now I'm not working to make these all nice straight. These are just swatches so I know what colors I have, which colors I don't have, and which ones I'm going to want to get. So it's carmine. Don't have rose madder, permanent red. So this is a warmer red. Okay, up next. Well, none of these reds I have in the second roll. So next is the, oh, wait, now hold on. Yes, I do. Quinacridone red. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I did that wrong. Sugar. Carmine. Alizarin crimson. Oh, no, I didn't. Ah, never mind. Oh, scared myself. I'm going to turn these upside down so I remember that I did those. I'm going to do the same with these. That way I'll remember where I am. Geesh. Thought I missed something. Okay, so brilliant orange. I missed putting it in the list, so I'm going to have to fix this. I'm going to have to go in and make labels. Oh, sorry. I apologize. My fault. For some reason, it's really dark. There we go. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just because I should have done it landscape, and then it would have worked better for me on my table because I have to see. I'm kind of moving it up and down. Sorry, Eileen. I'm sorry. So, brilliant orange is next. I still only have this one orange, so I may have to. And I don't even have the yellow ochre in this yet because it was out of. I forgot that it was out of order. I used the Daniel Smith in my ShinHan palette. But when I first ordered my ShinHans, they were out of yellow ochre. So I didn't get it, and I had it. So I bought it in Daniel Smith at the time. Cad Yellow Deep, one of my warm yellows. Oh, excuse me. Oh. There we go. Cad Yellow Deep. Lovely color yellow. All right. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute my computer. All right. So, sorry, Permanent Yellow Deep is next. Just going into the cap. Love that yellow. Next one is Lemon Yellow, which is my cool yellow. So cool, it's almost green. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't get any yellow and much water in there. There we go. Hey, Mindy. Okay. All right. Next, we have Naples Yellow. Naples Yellow is a more opaque color than a lot of the, than any of the other yellows. Certainly than I have, that's for sure. So it's coolish, but it is more opaque as well. Yeah, I had to clear off a lot of yarn and other stuff off my desk because I had, although I got a lot of cleaning done and sorting here in the craft room, I didn't get as much done on my actual desk area as I wanted. I still want to, so you can even see, even though I don't have, I smeared a little bit into the black there, it's running. I don't buy my actual Epson ink anymore, so it's it is not resistant. When I buy my Epson ink, it is water resistant photo ink. So, all right. So next up, going into my greens. All right, I have greenish yellow. Which is also known as, I don't know if, hold on, the Terre Verte. Let me see. I didn't look up the number on it. Can't see the number. 561 by the look of it. Hold on, let me bring up the, I don't know if this is a new one or if it's replaced yellowish green. Hold on. I still have my PDF open here. 5. Hold on. Oops. Oh, okay. So it's not actually the greenish yellow. It is a new color, but I'm going to put it in the greenish yellow spot because they don't have the greenish yellow. But it's not the same number. So this is a new color for them since the PDF. I'm going to have to go and see if there's an updated PDF. Okay. So I have to hold on. Still have a little red in that one. I don't want to get red in my green. Okay, so greenish yellow. Terre Verte. Terre Verte. Terre Verte, which is Italian. Terre Verte, I guess it would be. So I'm going to put in the greenish yellow spot. I have a little too much water in it. All right. So this was new that I bought this last round of paint purchases, and I messed that up. Oh well. You can see the color. That's all that counts for these. Then olive green. I bought this one new because I have been making olive by taking my sap green and a little bit of burnt umber. Eileen, Canadian dragonfly. Oh, no, I didn't see Cass's today. I loved her sphere yesterday. Oh, my gosh. Carol B did a cool sphere, too, a ball of yarn. Oops, that one's spitting out on me. Okay, so this one's new to me, so I'm gonna see how pretty an olive green it is. Oh, it's a nice olive green. Very nice olive green. I like that. It's kind of a brownish yellowish olive green. It's a nice realistic color. I like that. Oh, darn, I just made a mess. I'm doing them from the tubes because I have to sit down and figure out how I'm going to do. I've got 4 blank palettes with the 33 wells waiting for me to set up my palettes. I want to do a landscape palette, and I'm gonna like mix my M-grams and my ShinHans. I want to do a landscape palette. Sorry, I'm just gonna pick this up because it's gonna bloom like this one bloomed because I messed up. I want to do a seascape palette, and then I just want to do a palette where I'm probably going to take like the palettes are like this, and in one side they have this mixing tray, and in the other they have the wells. Well, what I'm going to do is take out the mixing tray and put in 2 sets of wells so I can combine both of my M-gram and my watercolors, I hope. That is the plan anyway. So, okay. It's a, oh, I love that olive green. It's a very pretty olive green. All right, into the set. Leaf green. Leaf green, sorry, not sap green. Leaf green is next. Leaf green is a very nice light green color. Like a limey. So it's like limey leaves. It's a yummy color. It's really nice for leaf highlights. It looks yellow and is probably going to look yellow to you guys. I'm going to do a spot right there that's, there we go. That'll give you the main mass tone, I should say, because that mass tone is important. And you can see by adding yellow, it really takes into a lemony yellow, but it has a really nice mass tone color. Hey, Jillian. Oh, no. That's like bugging out of there, but I'm not going to waste it. It'll go into the cap, but that's fine. Okay, next. All right, next. Viridian and Viridian Hue. So I bought both because I wanted to see if there was a difference. Viridian uses the real mineral, whereas Hue is the man-made. Eesh. Sorry. So this is Viridian. I'll do the Viridian first, and then I'll do the Viridian Hue, and we can see if there's much of a difference. Sorry, I'm... Very similar to a phthalo green. Not exactly the same, but very similar. And this is the Viridian Hue. Yes, we have a Jillian who is Kia Jillian, and then we have, uh-oh. The inside of the cap ended up stuck on the put back into the right spot there. All right. So this is the Viridian Hue. Great. And it's probably a staining one. Got it on my shirt too, but oh well, it's okay. It's a kind of a house shirt, so. All right, where did my sponge go? Oh, there it is. Oh, hold the fort. Okay, sorry, you guys can't see, but it got smudged down below there. All right, let's do it for real this time. Dropping my I have more. Darn, I tried to get it similar water strength, but I ended up with a little more water in that one than okay. Sheesh. Sorry, here I have to go in and sop up a little extra here. So there's a little, this one has a little bit more green in it. This one's kind of a, they're very close, but okay. The hue seems a little brighter, but we'll see when it dries. I suppose, yeah, one's wet, one's dry, so it can't really compare yet. All right, next up is sap green. They have a nice sap green in the ShinHans. Okay, make sure I get everything in the right spot here. Okay. Sap green. Okay. Sap greens down here. Yeah, okay. Just check and make sure I'm still on camera because yeah, and then I went to the tube and shouldn't have. That's why you mix on your palette. I just broke that rule. But I like the ShinHan sap green. So like I said, these have PWC on the tubes. Premium watercolor, not professional. Professional are their student grade. Why they do that way, I don't know. They're top of the line student grade because they have 2 student grades. All right, next up is the shading green, and I really like this one. Shadow green, excuse me. This is a lovely green to use exactly for what it says. When you have to do shadows, in your trees and plants and whatever. So it's a lovely, like a neutral green. Really great for adding your shadows. Hey, Patty. Just swatching my ShinHan PWCs because they really didn't. I have something that I might paint, but I'll see how I feel when I finish swatching. Yeah, it is like a pyroline. You're right. It is like a pyroline. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely green. And the nice thing is it kind of has a blue undertone. So you can actually shade some of your blues with it too, and turquoises, not just your greens. So that's nice. Okay. Next up, turquoise blue. That's in my new ones here. Turquoise blue. Looks like a cobalt turquoise, but oh, this is pretty. You're gonna like this one, Patty. So that's one of my new ones. I didn't have that one in my palette yet. Marine blue. Somehow I duplicated this one. I already had it and I bought another one. Dang it all. Oh, wait now. Marine blue. I'm on my second set. Second row here. Even when I'm just swatching, Jillian, I don't mind watching other people swatch. So if you like to watch, fine. If you don't like to watch and you're on the recording, move on. I don't know if I'm going to paint a picture or not. But I love this marine blue. It's perfect with the turquoise. Actually, it's going to be perfect with the turquoise, I should say, for doing water. It's lovely. Love that marine blue. Cerulean blue. I have 3 little palettes here, so got one more to go, and then I'll have to stop and clean. So cerulean blue. There's a cerulean blue hue as well, but I've got the real cerulean. Hi, Zeely. Hi, CB. I'm not sure if I said hi to you or not. I can't remember. Now, one thing I find with the cerulean, it's being a little temperamental here. Oh, no. Okay. Hold on. Need to do a bit of a squeeze to get, there we go. cerulean blue. Oh, sorry. What is going on? I may have to come back to this. It looks like it's separated or something on me. I don't know what this paper is either. It was just on my desk. Okay, so cerulean blue. That's a nice sky color along with your ultramarine. Cobalt blue hue. One moment, please. I just need to. Some weird color in there. This cobalt blue hue is very pretty. Oh. Cobalt blue hue. Make sure I put it in the right spot. Ultramarine light. I've got ultramarine light and ultramarine deep in the ShinHan's. So this is the light. Uh-oh, Jean. Oh no. Oh no, Jean, what did you do? Okay, hold on. I need to put this in the palette here somewhere. Uh-oh. I'll stick it right there. Because I don't want to waste it. Cerulean blue light. So ultramarine light. Ultramarine deep. Ugh. Another one that the insert of the cap got stuck on the tube. Get it back in or my tube will dry up. Okay, so ultramarine deep. I don't know which one of these I have in my palette. It must be the light. The deep has some squished out, but I must have both. Just don't. I haven't used my ShinHans in a while, so. This is cheap watercolor paper, and man, even in swatching, I don't like it. Bye, Patty. See you later. Cobalt Violet Light. This one is nice for Scott. It's very, when they say Cobalt Violet Light, when they say light, it is very light. It is pastel-y, so it's really nice for like a sunset sky because it's not over powerful, or even a sunrise. Oh, way too much water. I guess I should have used a different brush because these mimic brushes are they hold a lot of water. Okay. This paper's not helping. Oh, sorry, guys. There's the Cobalt Violet Light. Before Eileen starts yelling at me. Do you guys notice any difference in the sound tonight? Is it clearer? Any better? Do you notice any difference? Those of you who've been to my streams before. Sorry, putting my other foot up, so I have both my legs up now. I thought I ordered here's the ultramarine. Okay, ultramarine violet is a new one. It's not on their list, so I'm going to do it down here. Oh yeah, I have a blue one I have to do down there too. I thought I had. That's weird. I'm sure I had dioxazine purple, but it's not here. I'm sure I had it because that's one of my favorite purples. So ultramarine violet. That's a nice purple. Oh, good, Elaine. Good, CB. I don't have it hung yet. I have it will screw onto my mount, but I still have some organizing of my desk. So for right now, it's just sitting kind of to my right-hand side. All right, so now we're going more into the neutral. Oh, no, let's do this blue one that I'm missing. This permanent magenta. Okay, hold on. This blue that's new from their list. Oh, yeah. The Halo Blue Red shade. Wait, oh, guys, sorry about that. There's the ultramarine violet. And the phthalo blue red shade. Oh, that is pretty. There's a phthalo blue red shade. That is a lovely blue. I like it. I like it. And the ultramarine violet. Okay. All right, I do. All right. All right, let me clean up this palette. All right. And of course, I got that blue all over my hand here. Okay. All right. Up next, permanent magenta. They put this down the list in with their neutrals. Not sure why. Oh, it's a purpley magenta, not a pinky one. Nice. Yeah, okay, that's why it's down with their purples. All right. Permanent magenta right here. Interesting. That ultramarine violet has a nice that ultramarine violet there has a really nice granulation. Look at that. That's pretty. And that magenta is a really nice purpley magenta. It's pretty. Okay, next, burnt sienna. It's a really pretty burnt sienna. Hi, Nina. I'm just swatching my... Okay, hold on. I'm going to move my... One moment. Oops. Yeah, my camera's not quite in the right spot on my desk. But anyway, sorry about that. Next up, this one is new for me. One of the new ones I bought, brown. Just brown. Looked useful in the swatch color. Looked useful for rocks and sand and trees, and I got way too much on my brush. And now I'm getting just more and more and more. Doesn't take much. Oh, that is pretty. Oh, that is pretty. I love it. It's a nice, rich brown. Heavy on the red, which I like. Not red, but not yellow. You know what I mean? Towards that red color. Burnt umber. So this will be a nice difference. The burnt umber is a little more blue. Ouch. Okay. Burnt umber. So you can see the more yellow that their burnt umber is a little more yellow heavy, a little more towards the yellow than that brown. Nice. I said blue earlier, I meant yellow. It was an error. I know I didn't make many of them, but that's raw umber. What's next? Raw umber. This one's new to my palette. So I got a little viridian on that, so I hope it doesn't contaminate it too much. So the raw umber, very useful for... It's very similar to a yellow ochre. Interesting. Interesting. Now, this one's just umber. Oh, raw sienna's next, though. Raw sienna. And then umber. This one's new to my palette. Moment, just need to clean out my wells here. Sorry. Okay, so once again, umber. The one I just did and the one above it. Well, I'll try that in a minute. The permanent magenta and the raw sienna. Well, remind me when I finish swatching and I'll do a little test for you, Joyce, and we'll see what they do in a mix. Ah! Sorry, didn't mean that. Probably came out really loud in the microphone. I apologize. It squirted out on me. So that's kind of a greenish version of the burnt umber. It's just umber. Nice. A little bit of a green hue to that one. Okay. All right. One more. My neutral tint. So this I use as a darkening agent to shade other colors. And you can mix it with burnt umber or burnt sienna to easily get a block. So Joycey wants me to do a mixture of raw sienna and permanent magenta. All right. Raw sienna, not raw umber, right? Raw sienna and permanent magenta. All right. So, sorry about that. So, raw sienna. I'm going to do it two ways. I'm going to do it glazed, and I'm going to do a mix. We'll see if there's any difference. There probably won't be a whole lot of difference, but we'll see. So a glaze means you put one layer down, dry it, and then glaze another layer on top. Permanent magenta was this one. Yeah. Are those the two colors, Joycey? Eileen. Well, it's like putting purple and yellow, so it is going to create a brown. So, but let's see what kind of brown. With the sienna being a neutral, we might get an okay, especially on a. All right, so All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a glaze of there's raw sienna. And there's permanent magenta. All right, so I'm going to dry those. Hold on, gotta find my, fell on the floor, my heat gun. Oh, hold on. The two above the dark green on the, yeah, on the lower left. Yeah, these two. So raw sienna and permanent magenta. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Hi, May. I just finished swatching my ShinHan PWCs that I have. I don't have as many as I have of M-grams, but I did get some new ones. So I'll bring out my, I'll get my M-gram one out here and we'll check the difference in some of the colors. So they're dry. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to take some of the permanent magenta and I'm going to layer it over top of the so you get kind of a maroon color there, Joycey. So that's glazing now. We'll glaze the raw sienna over the permanent magenta. Okay, so there's a difference because you're putting light over dark here. Here you're putting dark over light. So, all right, now let's do a mixture. So I'm going to take some permanent magenta, put it into the raw sienna, and let's see what we get. Oh, a nice little maroon plum there. Look. Let's add a little more permanent magenta. See what we get. It almost overrides the raw sienna because the raw sienna is a fairly neutral. So it almost goes to the, but you can make a nice maroon there. Yeah, nice. All right, so let's do a little comparison to some of the colors here. Okay, so let's, especially sap green, because sap green is kind of a staple of landscapes. So here's my M-grams. There's M-grams sap green. There's M-grams sap green, and there's ShinHan's sap green. Oh, well, it would help if you could see it. Let's drag them down here. So there's M-grams sap green right there. And this is the ShinHan sap green. So you can see that the ShinHan sap green is very vibrant. It's a very nice sap green. The olive greens. All right, so there's the M-gram olive. Okay, there's the two olive greens. So there's the M-gram olive, and there's the ShinHan olive. The M-gram is much more brown. So these are both very nice olives, totally different. So you could much, there's use for both of those. I would put both these olives in my palette. I would put both sap greens in my palette. Okie dokie, Joey. See, my voice is almost gone, so I'm not gonna. Trying to see. The leaf green is. No, I was gonna say it's similar to the. Azo green. Oh, look at that. The olive green. No, it's not either. I was going to say it's similar to the Azo green, but it's not. The Azo green and the M Graham is not like any. It's a lovely green. It's kind of a combination. Probably if you mix the sap green and the olive green by ShinHan, you'd probably get the Azo green. Okay, so let's see. All right, so here's the phthalo green in the M Graham, and there's the Viridian and Viridian Hue in the ShinHan. So it's very similar to the Viridian. The Viridian Hue is a little bit less potent, but I might have had a little more water too. But see, the phthalo green is very similar to the Viridian. What else do we want to compare? Burnt umber. The two burnt umbers. So there's the two burnt umbers. They're fairly different. Okay. The M Graham, the ShinHan has a little bit more of the yellow. And then the M Graham has a little bit more of a bluish. So I would probably have both those burnt umbers in my palette. Burnt siennas. The burnt siennas are completely different. Look at this burnt sienna. There's the burnt sienna. It's closer to burnt umber. There's the burnt sienna in the ShinHan. I really love the burnt sienna in the ShinHan. Much more than the M Graham. The M Graham is too similar to the burnt umber. So yeah, so actually, yeah, the M Graham burnt sienna is like burnt umber in the ShinHan. Yeah. Do I have raw sienna? There's the two raw siennas. Quite different as well. I would have to use both these pale green and permanent green light in a palette because there's nothing in my ShinHan that's even close to those. I'd have to use this leaf green because there's nothing in the M Graham. Well, I don't have anything in the M Graham. I shouldn't say there's nothing in it. One of these greens may be close. So there's a lot of varieties in. Like even in my yellows, the gamboge is completely different from my two warm yellows here. The oranges are completely different. So I'd put all three oranges in my palette. The lemon yellow, I'd have to do all three of these yellows as well. The lemon yellow is much more potent here in the ShinHans. Yeah, the ShinHan colors are wonderful. There's a couple in the M Grahams that I really, really like. But like I said, like these ShinHans are incredible. There seems to be less dry. They don't dry back as much. The reds do a little bit. The reds do some. The reds lighten up a little when they dry, but Not as much as with the ShinHan. Now, these are also not on the same watercolor paper, so that would be a little bit different. But this is a cheap. This is a cold press. It's a cheap cold press. It's probably just like a Artist Loft one that I had. So, and these re-wet quite well. Not as easily as the grams because they don't dry sticky. But so now I have to go through. The reason I did these two things was because I want to go through and decide. I want to do a full palette of my favorite colors that I would use in anything. Then I want to do a seascape palette. And I want to do a landscape palette. And just so I have like kind of, if I want to do a landscape, I can pull out my landscape palette and it's going to have the colors I kind of want to have and not always have to pull out my full palette. You know what I mean? Is there a big difference? There is a fair difference. Now in Canada, I can't compare online. Let me go in and look here. All right, so I have one place carries the ShinHan, and let's compare an equal tube. So let's go to Curry's. And this one, I'll go to Desserts. All right, so let's go to 40% off selected products. Really? ShinHan PWC. All right. And then they sell the M grams. So remember, this is Canada, so neither is going to be as expensive in the US. Okay. So let's pick a color like sap green. That way, if we compare the same color, then you're comparing the same pigment price, right? Okay, so let's go to sap green. Next. All right, so sap green 15 milliliter tube is $11.99 in the M gram. $11.99 for a 15 millimeter tube of sap green. And sap green in ShinHan, 15 milliliter tube. Sap green is $11.99. So now it's two different stores though too. So it's hard to say, right? So those are the same, exactly the same. What color is going to be an expensive pigment, Eileen? Zelie, these are the PWC. Oops. Oh, sorry. Oh, there. They're the PWCs, which are the premium watercolor. The professional, the ones that say professional watercolor are student grade. The PWC premium watercolors are the ones that are artist grade. So these are the artist grade. Okay, hold on. Let's see if the cobalts. Let's see if the cobalt blue. No, let's try the cadmiums. So cadmium red deep, $13.99 in PWC. $13.99 in the ShinHan. Oh, shoot. I have to go back to the first page. CAD Red Deep is $19.99 in M gram. So there's a big difference. See, when you have the pure the mineral pigment. So $19.99 for the M gram for the CAD Red Deep. The CAD Red Deep in ShinHan is only $13.99. And the ShinHan CAD Red Deep is just as nice. No, I don't have the CAD Red Deep in ShinHan. Yeah, I don't have it in either. Permanent alizarin crimson is $19.99 in and $10.99 in PWC. So the ones that are different are, yeah, so the pigments that are mineral based and not the man-made pigments are more expensive. The other ones are the same. So yeah. So guys, did Xandra say she was still gonna come on? I wonder if she's ready. Oh, I'm not ready to paint right now. I'm not in the mood to paint. I'm in a crocheting mood. I have a few paintings that I need to do for Christmas presents, but the thing is, I can do those later. I want to make sure. Do I have any PWC in red? See me looking at them. In the ShinHans, I have the alizarin crimson, quinacridone red, carmine, and permanent red. So those are the reds I have in the ShinHan. But I don't have them all in a palette yet, Dorothy. This is my palette. So I only have I'll paint. Okay, how about this? I promised to paint on Thursday. This is my palette. This is my ShinHan palette. I need to get my palettes together before I can paint with my ShinHans. Hey, Dee Dee. Good. I think it's good. Everybody said it sounds nice and clear. So I was just, I just swatched my ShinHan watercolors, so I know which ones I have. I would like to get the yellow ochre, so I'm going to go in. Doesn't look like they're on sale, but I know it needs a cleaning. It's going to get cleaned out. I'm going to dig them out, put them in my new one, and then I'm going to clean this all up because it's going to go extra. These I have glued in because these were extra ones that I got. I have some Daniel Smith, and my leaf green was bought new, and Viridian hue and shading green. So I put I glued them in with see, Jenna, I glued some half pans in here, glued them in with glossy accents. Oh, Dee Dee, I'm going to show you, make sure I get all my paint out of the way here. Oh, in order to do this. One moment, please. I don't need these in order anymore. Hold on. I'm gonna put them in the box. There's some Daniel Smith there. I have the Daniel Smith yellow ochre that I will put in my ShinHan palette. I guess I don't need to buy the ShinHan yellow ochre because I have the Daniel Smith one, which is nice. I want to show you the pot holders, the 3 different color combos, because you didn't see these at the beginning. So this is one color combo, Dee Dee. Oh, let me zoom out here. Hold on. So this is one color option. Okay. So remember, gold and pink. It's kind of like a shell pink. Not a... Then, so those were dishcloths. I only have dishcloths ready in that set. I'll show you the pot holders. This is a brown neutrals set, a brown set. So there's that. So these are dishcloths. Here's the pot holders, Dee Dee. So Dee Dee, I put a kind of a thing on the back there for the pot holders so that you can actually grab your dish. Dot. Oh, cool, Dee Dee. And look at this. So this is the sets I'm making. The 2 dishcloths, your set of pot holders, and then the hand towel. So I created this pattern because I wanted it to match the other set. So I needed to figure out the pattern to make this go round so that I could add the... All right, you like this brown one? Okay, now I also, Dee Dee, have gray and white. So, and of course, if you want just the pot holders, that's fine. So there's the dishcloths. Pot holders. And actually for this, I have, I also have like a, I had to get more towels the other night. I have like a gray towel to put with it instead of the white. Sure, Jillian, the pattern is just, it's just the dishcloths, which I found the pattern on YouTube. So it's just the dishcloths that I did 2, crocheted them together, and then with thinsulate in between, a layer of thinsulate, and then single crochet them together and just put on a handle with that is like 5 stitches wide. Oh, you like the gray, Dee Dee? Okay. So since the pot holders are the most work, $15 for pot holders, $25 if you want the whole set. Gotcha, Dee Dee. Got you covered. Oh, gotta put this in there too. So I have 3 full sets done. You want the whole set, Dee Dee? Okie dokie. Gotcha. All right, guys, I am going to say goodnight for tonight. So we can tweet Z and let her know. I will during a break from crocheting get a palette together and paint on Thursday. I have a couple of paintings that I have to do for Christmas gifts as well. So I do have to paint. But the crocheting takes so much longer that I really want to get as much done as I can. So anyway, this was a good break for me today. Stopped me thinking because it's my mom's first heavenly birthday. Of course, she's up there celebrating her birthday with Dad. So, but you're not buying them, CB? So if you, yeah, so the ShinHan paints are a good deal. They are lovely, lovely to paint with. You can see with the colors why I fell in love with them compared to the Winsor and Newton, what are they called? Cotman, which I would never, ever, ever, ever go back to, which is why I have no desire to get Prima or Jane Davenport when I have these. When I have my M grams and my ShinHan and the few cores, I have a set of 6 cores that Lena sent me. I have to add those into my palette too. So anyway, thanks everyone. Oh, Nina Beaner, you're Lynn. Oh my gosh, it just hit me. You're Lynn, right? It's been a long time no see. What have you? Oh, it just hit me when I read that. I was like, wait a minute, that's Lynn. Bye, everyone.